Welcome to the Note to Self podcast. I'm your host, Zoe Ariel, an adventurous entrepreneur who loves to make the most out of life. I'm a certified professional life coach, digital course creator, verified YouTuber, and published author. On this podcast, you can expect actionable tips, reflections, and inspiration to live your best, most fulfilling life. So, let's get started. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Note to Self. In today's Note to Self, I'm going to be talking about what celibacy has taught me. This is definitely a vulnerable episode for me to share, to put out there in the world, to publish out into the world, but it's on my heart to share. And I know that whenever anything is on my heart to share, it's on my heart to share for a reason, as in there is one or more of you out there in the world who this message is going to touch in some way. And that is what I'm here to do, is to be of service in this way. So yes, let's talk about what celibacy has taught me. So I have been celibate for well over a year now. And in that, I just want to acknowledge wherever you're at in your journey with sexuality, with sexual energy, just trust. There are always lessons here, no matter what you're moving through or going through. Maybe you're in a relationship with someone and you're having a lot of sex and that's great. Or maybe you're in a relationship and you're not having as much sex as you would like. Or maybe you have been celibate for quite some time, or perhaps your entire life. No matter where you're at in this journey, just know that it is a journey and it's always unfolding, and there are always lessons, and you're always being prompted and inspired to look within and to have answers and awarenesses present themselves that are ultimately leading to the most fulfilled, vibrant, beautiful, expressive version of yourself. And as I'm saying this, there is some tropical rain picking up outside, so I hope that it's not too loud, but let's just take that as cleansing energy. This is going to be a very cleansing conversation to have, because for me in my personal journey of finding myself celibate for well over a year, it has been a cleansing experience. Because if I'm being honest with you, since I started having sex, this is the longest period of time which I've gone not having sex. And there's been a lot of seasons of learning and awareness that have come from this journey of celibacy. There's been a lot of times where I've questioned, like, what's wrong with me? Why am I not attracting a partner, a relationship into my life right now? And what does this mean? But as always, when we can be the gentle observer of our experience and we can decide to be curious versus being in judgment, there's so much treasure there for us, and there's been so much treasure there for me. So I'm going to be touching on a few of the main things that I've learned around what celibacy has taught me. So I guess actually the first thing that comes through, that's coming through intuitively for me right now, it's not what's on my list, but I thought and I intended that in moving to Bali, I was going to just jump right into the most glorious chapter of my life. I was going to fall in love with someone, and that was just going to be it. Like, I didn't know who this person was. I didn't know what this would look like, but I just felt like I'm about to enter into a season of romance and love. But finding myself in Bali, that wasn't actually what the universe had in store for me. It was, in the sense that I've learned so much that has allowed me now to feel like love is coming in to a more deeper way, but I've learned so much about myself. So in that share, it's as much as Zoe, like let's say Zoe a year and a half ago or so that moved to Bali, had these intentions of, you know what, it's time. I've learned so much from my previous relationship that I'm so ready for the next one. And what was beautiful was the universe had this divine plan of, okay, the next one is you and you. It's not you and anyone else. It's you and you right now. And I've absolutely loved it, you guys. I've absolutely loved this journey of being celibate for quite some time. Personally, in my journey, I don't and have not shared myself with people that I have not established a relationship with first. So in that way, it feels natural for me to not be having sex if I'm not in a relationship with someone. And one of the things that I've learned, like I said, I intended, but the universe had another plan. There were parts of me, dimensions of myself, aspects of this journey that came up here and there that were, well, why is someone not in my life? One, I intended, I know I'm a powerful manifestor and a creator of my reality, but like, what's wrong with me? Like, why am I not attracting men into my life right now? Like, why am I not attracting the right partner? But like I said, the universe prompted me with, Zoe, this is about you and you right now. And in that journey, in this journey of being celibate, I really have come to understand, and I'm always integrating deeper levels of, there's absolutely nothing wrong with me. There's absolutely nothing wrong with me. This was just part of the journey, and this just is part of my journey right now. And I'm going to stop making it mean anything about me. And I'm going to look at this through the lens of, what am I learning about me, and what are all the treasures, what are all the gems that are coming? Us as human beings, when we focus on what we're learning about ourselves and what we're learning about our journey, we feel fulfilled. And even though I have not had a romantic partner in my life for quite some time, I've not had a relationship in my life for the longest time since I started having romantic partnerships with people, this has been such a blessing. This has been a time for me to do deep healing in my womb, to do a lot of ancestral clearing in my womb, to do a deeper level of work within myself than I ever knew that I was capable of accessing. And it allowed me to clear my channel, to begin to channel. And there's been a lot of other gifts that have come from this too, healing abilities that I didn't even know are within me. And not to say like you have to be celibate to access these things, but that's just been my journey of like, no, this actually was necessary for me. My soul chose to come here to do some deep ancestral work, and that requires harnessing my energy, clearing my channel, healing my womb, cleansing my womb, and understanding the power and potency of sexual energy. This is definitely something I'm going to be speaking into in a future episode of a clearing exercise that you can do to clear yourself from past relationships you've had, because sexual energy is our most potent energy, because this is the energy that creates life. This is the energy of creation. And anytime that we are engaging in sex with someone else, we are not just creating an energetic cord with that person, but that energy, again, it's so sacred, it's so powerful. It is to be used intentionally to feel like our most fulfilled, full selves. It's sacred, right? And so I've really deeply come to understand the sacredness of this all. And again, no matter where you're at in your journey, it's absolutely perfect, but this is just where I've been in the past while, since my past relationship, is just really coming to understand how powerful I am, how much magic I have within, and how I am not available to give this energy to anyone else, or to have the sacred act of sex with someone who is not a divine counterpart to me, who does not feel like a person in divine union of me. And I know that we're getting a bit deep and depthy here, but these lessons have allowed me to love myself more than I've ever loved myself before. And I don't think that any of you out there like have to be celibate to learn these things, and that's why I'm sharing this with you now. Again, always to spark awareness in you. It's just knowing and trusting that you are your own medicine. In rest, there's medicine. In seasons of your life, there's always medicine. And the season of my life of being celibate has been the greatest medicine, because I've allowed it to be, because I've opened up to let it be that. And I no longer have made it mean anything about me. It's just what the universe has in store. And now I'm opening up to dating again. I'm opening up to the abundance of my future and divine partnership and divine union. But it's taken a deep dig and dive within to understand what that truly means to me, what I'm actually desiring in this world. And yeah, I guess with that, I'll leave it here. These are some of the lessons that celibacy has taught me, and it's definitely not all the lessons, and I'm definitely going to be speaking more into this in the future, but again, just no matter where you're at, I think this is the one thing that I want to relay. No matter where you're at, just know that there's nothing wrong with you. You are divine, you are beautiful, you are sacred, you are absolutely perfect. And whatever the journey and sexuality is presenting to you right now, it is presenting itself to you because there are treasures and there are gems awaiting. I can truly say now in my life, I understand what I'm desiring in the divine masculine and my divine counterpart, and the clarity and the awareness that I have is something so much more deep than I have ever known. And I'm trusting my divine unfolding, and I trust that it will come into my life not a second sooner, not a second later. And with that message to you, you are in your perfect place. There's nowhere else in this world that you need to be. And the more that you open up, as always, to understanding yourself more deeply, that's where you uncover so much magic. I'm sending you so much love today and always, and I would love to invite you into my course, Write Your Story, which is open. Card is open until October 12th. So if you've got a book on your mind, on your heart to share, if there is a message similar to or one that's in your mind right now about what you've come to learn about your journey in sex and sexuality and sexual energy and potency, and you feel called to write about it, this course is for you. I won't be launching Write Your Story again for another 6 to 12 months. So if you're ready to commit to manifesting, creating, and bringing that book of yours into reality, into this world, I would love to see you inside. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you again soon. Thanks for listening to Note to Self. If you enjoyed this episode, please help me out by rating and reviewing this show on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. If my energy is resonating with you and you feel the call to work with me, there are an abundance of ways to do so. I offer one-to-one life coaching programs, mastermind containers, and DIY courses, all of which are available through my website, zoeariel.co. Until next time, take note of all the abundance that surrounds you as you make the most of this game called life.